what other characters I can
So
choose.
you're like the opposite of your dad, because your dad was like he was cranking out films.
That comes from only privilege, sir. It comes from the fact that I don't have to work to earn money and to provide for my family. My father, his life was not like that.
But I'm saying they were also a generation where they didn't overthink and they just instinctively made a bunch. I mean, even after he became successful, there would be 2-3 films of his a year. You know, it's like and as a director, it's difficult because it's as an actor. I'm not saying it's easy, but this is like showing up and doing your role and going there. It's like coordinating the entire film.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think for him, it also, like I said, there is a bit of privilege in there. He's just used to working like that. But also, I think he's gotten to a point where he's so comfortable. And he's always told me this. He's always said, we are, as a generation of people in the industry, we are so much more lucky because nothing that we did, not everything that we did got scrutinized.
You mean him?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever he did or his generation did, not every frame was scrutinized, not every action was scrutinized, not everything was overanalyzed. Whereas for us today, every single thing, anyone is able to take a frame of any movie and over-scrutinize it. And I think that's where the overthinking comes for my entire generation, I feel.
Yeah, it's like, should I do this? Should I do that? Are they going to freeze frame this shot? And is that going to be memed? And that kind of thing.
So he really feels that that's why things have changed now. Even he's not able to make movies as quickly as he used to, because every single thing requires 5 people overlooking everything, looking at every detail and seeing if it's okay.
So, this is an inevitable question. You have, on the one hand, you're working with Nasleen. On the other hand, you're working with Fahadh. Both you're working with for the first time. What's it like? What's the process like?
I think working with Fahadh has honestly helped me with my craft. I don't think any other experience has helped me as much as working with him. I'll tell you something. On the first day that we shot, I was nervous. There was this big scene. Altaf put me right in the middle. There's no process of warm-up over here. He put me right in the middle of a scene where it was, like I said, it was one of those moments where you would mix the emotional with the humor. And so I was a little nervous, and he said, don't worry, we'll have to reshoot this. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, no, it's my first few days. It takes me some time to find my character. So most of the time, I'll end up reshooting. After the first few days is when I get into the character, and I'll be like, oh shit, whatever I did before was not right. So we're going to reshoot this. So he was like, you don't worry, this is going to be reshot. And Altaf's on the side being like, no, this is not going to be reshot. Please do this properly. So I think what made me realize, or what made me feel secure in my own process, is that that happens to me a lot. And to know that it happens even to somebody like a Fahadh, it's amazing. He's one of the greatest actors of this industry, but even he takes his time to warm up to a character. I mean, knowing that as an actor, it made me feel secure in my own process. That was something that really helped. And the other thing is, I've always felt that the biggest strength, if you look at all the greatest actors out there, they have two of the, you need 2 things to be incredibly strong as an actor. 1, you need to be incredibly self-confident, and 2, you need to be incredibly insecure. And Fahadh actually is, I have the insecurity part locked on really well. I've not aced the self-confidence area, but Fahadh is that. He is incredibly self-confident of his capabilities, but he's also just insecure enough to want to push every shot a little bit more. And realizing that, again, made me secure in my own process, made me trust my own process a little bit more. And he's also one of those actors that no matter how simple the shot is, it could really just be something as simple as you don't see anything. He's lying down and his fingers on the frame. He will still watch the monitor and be like, I could do this a little better. Imagine that, right? So he is that actor. So to see that kind of commitment in every single shot was amazing for me. And it was a really big learning process. Whereas you have someone like Nasleen on the opposite side who really, you can see he's just excited by every opportunity he's getting right now, and I'm so happy for him because you can tell this is all he's ever wanted, and you can see that in his performance. You can see that in the way that he behaves on set. It's so much fun to work with him because he just enjoys the process so much. So there was a lot more, it felt like more like I was working with a friend over there, whereas it felt like I was working or observing a teacher in the other.
But like, Fahad, you said there are some things that he wants in a particular way or he thinks about it. Is Nasleen a more like a let go, spontaneous?
He's a lot more on the let go. But I think, see, every actor grows, and I feel like he will at one point reach that point where he will, because like I said, once we do a couple of things, we will always think about how do we do this differently from what we've done before.
Yeah.
So when he reaches that point, I'm sure even he's going to be there because he's so passionate about what he does.
Yeah.
So
actually, I had one